What's up, everybody? It's Max Digital here, where I help you break down technology. And in this video, we're going to compare the Apple iPhone 11 with Apple iPhone 12 Pro. So this video was requested by a fellow YouTuber, Apple Monster. And if you have any suggestions, hit me up in social media on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, or Telegram. So let's get into the Apple iPhone 11 versus the Apple iPhone 12 Pro. We have an older iPhone 11 with the newer, more flagship iPhone 12 Pro. Let's go ahead. So the Apple iPhone 11 on the left, that one was launched at a price of $800. And to this day, it's been lowered to $600, and you can find it used for $400. So you can get a lot of different price points for this phone. It's dropped down dramatically, so you're getting a lot of value just with the price alone. As opposed to the on the right, the iPhone 12 Pro, it was launched new at $1,000, and here in 2021, it only went down a few bucks. You have to still get it over $900. So price difference wise, the iPhone 11 is pretty impressive. The one big difference between these devices is that the iPhone 11 is an LTE only phone, 4G. The iPhone 12 Pro is a 5G device. So if you value 5G and you got good coverage area, roll with the iPhone 12 Pro. Big advantage. Next is the overall build quality. I mean, both of these are going to feel good in your hand. They both feel premium because they don't have plastic. The iPhone 11 has glass on the back. The iPhone 12 Pro has a new design with that metal feel in the back. So both of them are made out of different materials, but they both feel very premium. Next, the size overall for these devices are pretty similar. The 11 is 5.94 inches tall, 2.9 inches wide, 0.33 inches thin. The iPhone 12 Pro, 5.78 inches tall, 2.8 inches wide, 0.29 inches thin. So the overall thinner, smaller device is the iPhone 12 Pro, but not by much. The iPhone 11 weighs more than the 12 Pro. It's 6.84 ounces versus 6.7 ounces on the iPhone 12 Pro. Both have eSIM technology, so you could have two different data services, two different phone numbers, easy to change data plans and stuff like that. Just a very nice option for both devices. Both of these devices offer IP68 dust and water resistance. A little bit more on the iPhone 12. You could dunk the iPhone 11 for 2 meters for 30 minutes, iPhone 12 Pro 6 meters for 30 minutes. Not much difference, but they both offer protection from water and dust. Now for the screens and the display, you get a 6.1-inch liquid Retina display on the iPhone 11 versus a 6.1-inch Super Retina display on the iPhone 12 Pro. So both of these are just nice screens. You really can't tell the difference in quality of these screens unless you put them next to each other. The iPhone 11 has 79% screen to body ratio versus 86 on the iPhone 12 Pro. For the resolution, you get for the iPhone 11 828 by 1792 pixels versus 1170 by 2332 on the iPhone 12 Pro. PPI is 326 on the 11 versus 460 PPI on the iPhone 12 Pro. So on paper, the iPhone 12 Pro has a better, brighter display, but unless you put these head to head and side by side, your naked eye will not notice the difference in quality. These devices are very similar, obviously. For the software, the iPhone 11 launched with iOS 13. The iPhone 12 Pro launched a year later with iOS 14. But as of this moment, both are rocking iOS 14, the latest version, and these devices will continue to have 4 to 5 years of updates. So doesn't matter which one you get, you're going to get that continued support, even on the cheaper 11 and on the more expensive 12 Pro. For the chipsets, the 11 is rocking the A13 Bionic chip versus the 12 Pro rocking the A14 Bionic. You will not see much difference in speed or performance on these phones and the processors, but obviously the A14 Bionic you'll notice a difference in a couple of updates and a couple of years that chip will perform better and longer than the A13 Bionic. But both of these will run all your apps, no problem, that you find in the Apple App Store. As you can see, there's for example, any casual game like Mad Guns on the left will run perfectly. It could run pretty much every app out there. If it's a game, if it's video editing, if it is just social media apps, TikTok, WhatsApp, Telegram, Maps, anything like that, you shouldn't have a problem running any app. Next is the internal storage. Big difference. You got 64 gigs on the iPhone 11, 128 gigs starting on the iPhone 12 Pro. You could get higher storage, but it's going to cost you more. And the RAM on the iPhone 11 is 4 versus 6 gigs of RAM on the iPhone 12 Pro. You won't notice a difference really unless you're taxing and having 100 apps open. You probably will never get to that point unless you're a very heavy phone user. Let's move on to the cameras. You get a dual camera on the iPhone 11, a 12 megapixel main, 12 megapixel ultra wide, versus the 3 camera setup on the back for the iPhone 12 Pro. You get a 12 megapixel main, 12 megapixel telephoto, 12 megapixel ultra wide. So you're getting that extra telephoto lens on the iPhone 12 Pro. You get 4K video on both of these. Not much difference if you're just if you don't mess around with a lot of pro settings. Both of these will be point and shoot. You can get good video and good pictures no matter what. And the most important for me personally is the ultra wide as an extra camera. I don't really see the need for a telephoto, but it's there. And if you're into photography and into video, that one is going to be useful for you. Both phones have a 12 megapixel selfie shooter and also shooting at 4K. So you're getting nice quality video and pictures on the selfie camera. You won't be able to tell the difference that much. Sure, these have headphone jacks, obviously. They both have stereo speakers though. They both have Bluetooth 5.0, and that's how you're going to connect your Apple Watch, your wireless headphones, your speakers, and all that good stuff. Both of these will connect fine to every device, no problem. They both offer NFC. That's mostly used for Apple Pay. No difference there. They both use Lightning. There's no difference there. For the unlock, both of them use Face ID. There's not much I could say on that. They just works. There's no thumbprint. There's no Touch ID. It's just from now on, even the cheapest newer iPhones have Face ID and flagships as well. Battery life is very similar, but you have a slight edge on the 11. It has a 3,110 milliamps versus 2,815 milliamps on the iPhone 12 Pro. I would imagine you're going to get more battery life out of the iPhone 11 because it has a slower chip, and just overall the screen is not as good as the iPhone 12 Pro. So that's a big edge for the iPhone 11. The iPhone 12 Pro has more processing power, just more beefier specs, and that's probably going to drain the battery a little bit faster. But iOS is good with battery regardless, very optimized with lower milliamps. So both of these should be good for most of the day. Luckily, they offer fast charging if you manage to drain the battery quickly. Both of them have fast charging 11. The iPhone 11 is at 18 watts. iPhone 12 Pro is at 20 watts, slightly faster on the iPhone 12 Pro. And both will charge fast. You get a 50% charge in 30 minutes. They both have wireless charging, except the iPhone 12 Pro has that MagSafe addition to it. So in conclusion, both of these devices compare very well to each other, although you're getting way more value from the iPhone 11. It still holds up very strong a year and a half later compared to the iPhone 12 Pro. The only advantage that the iPhone 12 Pro really has in practical reasons is that extra telephoto camera, and you have more internal storage. The chip, you're going to see that in the long run have an advantage over the iPhone 11's chip. But other than that, the iPhone 11 just has strong competition with having almost the same type of capabilities as the iPhone 12 Pro. It has those two main cameras, the main one and the ultra wide. Those are the two popular cameras that most people are going to be using and noticing. And other than that, they both feel very quality. Build quality is good on both. You'll be happy with both of these devices. You won't see any day-to-day activities, any difference in performance. So both of these devices, but the value and price with a used or even new iPhone 11 just completely destroys the price of $1,000 in the iPhone 12 Pro. So only photographers and heavy people that are into editing and into making movies and stuff should get the iPhone 11 12 Pro. That's where you'll see a major difference. So in conclusion, thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate you checking my video out. See you in the next one. Peace.